Hey, sweet thing, and welcome home to day 22 of our Advent calendar. Find your way into whatever your comfortable posture is today, and let's get started. Letting go of whatever tension you can. You might like to support your body with pillows or wrap yourself up in a blanket. Find yourself a soft place to land. And when you're where you want to be, relax your gaze or close your eyes. And let's start with our nice settling breath together. So breathing in through the nose or the mouth, whatever's more comfortable today. And then sighing it out through your open mouth. And another couple just like that. Inviting fresh oxygen into your body on your inhale. And then sighing it out. Last one. Big breath in. And sigh it out like you're putting down something heavy that you don't need to carry anymore. So today I've got some more words from Zanna, Keithley, who, as you know, is somebody that I am a great fan of. I'm not quite sure where I found this. I want to say that it was an Instagram post that I copied out because it just made such an impression on me. I know it doesn't come from This Is How You Find Your Way. So it's about the most important relationship that we have, the one with ourselves. So relax, breathe, do whatever you want to do right now because this is still your check-in. And I'm going to put some good words in your head, hopefully. So she says, one of the most profound lessons I've learned over the past few years is that the world can't choose me unless I choose myself. If I don't believe in myself, if I don't trust myself, if I don't pick me, how can I ever expect anyone else to believe in, trust, or pick me either? And I hope you know you are so incredibly worthy of being chosen, and you're worthy of choosing yourself. And if someone hasn't come along and told you that you have something special to offer, that doesn't mean you don't have an incredible gift to offer the world. That doesn't mean your light doesn't shine brightly. That doesn't diminish the fire that's burning inside your heart. I hope you give yourself time to step back, to ask your soul what it needs, to ask your higher self the guidance, to ask your heart what it wants you to know. And then I hope you have the courage to give that thing to yourself, whatever it is. Because you have the power to write your own story, and you don't have to wait to be seen. See yourself, acknowledge yourself, choose yourself. Know that it was you who you needed all along. And I think at this time of year, it's really easy to forget these things. That we can still choose to honour our own needs without it being selfish, without it being anything that sort of devalues others. Choosing ourselves doesn't mean that we're saying we are more important than anybody else. It's saying we are just as important as everyone else, but that we can control our own output. We can be mindful of the energy that we have to spare, and we can be mindful about how we spend it. So I don't know how you're doing on that front. It's a season where we're encouraged to be selfless and to overgive as a matter of course, without checking in that whether it's appropriate or not. Not everybody in your life deserves everything that you are and everything that you bring to the table. Some people deserve all that and more. The trick is discerning between the two. There will be people who ask a great deal of you, who you want to please, because you're invested in their happiness. And there are other people who are just entitled. They think because they want a thing that they're allowed to have a thing. But you're allowed to say no. And no is a complete sentence. Let's be clear about that. You don't have to come up with plausible sounding excuses why you don't want to do a thing. You can just say no. Granted, it might be a very uncomfortable no, especially if you are very, very used to being the people-pleasing person who always fills the gaps when something needs doing. The next time somebody who isn't one of the most important foundational people in your life asks you for something, can you just take 5 seconds to check in with yourself and find out whether you have the resources to be able to meet that need and whether you have the desire to do that thing for that person? It's not selfish. And by saying no to somebody who doesn't really have much to do with your life, you're leaving that energy available for somebody you do care about. And thus endeth today's lecture. So let's conclude by inhaling our arms out to either side, smiling up at the sky. Exhaling the right arm over the left and just giving yourself a nice big hug. Hopefully this is feeling way less awkward by now because you're realizing that it's not just you in there alone. I'm in there with you and other people are in there with you. Let's take it over to the other side. So inhale, the arms out wide, crossing the left arm on top of the right now. I really believe that hugs are magic. So anytime you're feeling a bit lost, maybe a hug is what you actually need to bring you back into the moment and to feel grounded and settled again. Until we're together again, sweet thing, mind how you go.